Welcome back, babies. It's your girl AJ up in the building, baby. What's good? Before we talk about anything today, let's talk about the bunny, you guys. I haven't had a bunny on in my last two videos, I believe. So let's go ahead and get into the bunny, you guys. We do have on a blue velvet bunny with black satin fabric inside. This is a reversible bunny because if you don't know, velvet can go on your hair and the satin side could go on your hair. They're both is very good for your hair, protecting your hair and helping it keep it moisturized from dead ends. It is amazing because you don't want to sleep on cotton pillows and mess up your ends and your hair. You got to take care of your crown, okay? This is for the men's, the girls, all take care of it, okay, you guys? You can wear it around the house. You can go out. It's so many different styles on my website, so make sure y'all checking out the website. Y'all, we are sewing today. I know some of y'all look like, finally you are back and you're sewing. I have missed sewing, and I told myself today I'm going to get up and I'm going to sew something. Like, I miss sewing, okay, y'all? Like, I miss it. So today we're going to be doing some baby bloomers. We're going to do a Cookie Monster and a SpongeBob one. Now for the Cookie Monster, I believe I got this fabric from Hobby Lobby or Joann's. So this is the Cookie Monster fabric. It is 100% cotton, and we also have this jersey mixed with knit SpongeBob. I can't tell you where I got it from. That one I have no idea. It was a while ago. Now we're gonna be doing a size 1 to 3 months baby bloomers, and I'm gonna be sewing on the Vevor industrial sewing machine. I chose to sew on this machine because I want to show you guys it can do more than just, you know, heavy duty bags and stuff like that. Because you know we did these bags on the Vevor. It can do more than just that. It can actually do the light materials from shirts, the cotton. It can do the stretchy materials. A lot of you guys always ask me, can it do cotton shirts? Can it do this? And before we even talk about all of that, I want you guys to understand the Vevor is a straight stitch sewing machine. It is not a zigzag, double needle. It is a straight stitch only industrial sewing machine. That is all. It cannot do zigzags. It cannot do all the decorated stitches that you wish it can do. It is a straight stitch sewing machine. Most industrial sewing machines are only straight stitches unless you look for one that have more than like 2 stitches, and usually it's gonna be like a zigzag stitch and a straight stitch, and honey, they are a little bit more expensive. This is an affordable industrial sewing machine. The power is amazing for literally about 500 bucks, okay? Now we will be sewing 2 materials on the Vevor. We're also gonna be using the Brother, what it is, I think it's the Brother 1030D, something like that, serger. We're gonna be using that also just to clean up the edges, because when it comes down to doing garments, definitely if you're selling these garments, I recommend always having a serger just to clean up the edges. It does almost zigzag stitches. It does 4 stitches at one time. It's going to clean up the edges to make it look more professional, like the inside of your shirts do. When you see it's all lapped up and you can't even see the seam where they sewed at. So we're going to be using that to just serge the edges of them, to get rid of the extra fabric and just give it a cleaner look. So we're going to use the Vevor to do everything today. And I'm going to show you guys what it can do on regular materials, you guys. A lot of y'all say your threads breaking, this and that. I keep telling y'all tips, and some people get offended by my tips. At the end of the day, you guys, this is all my experience. I am a self-taught designer. I am self-taught seamstress. I have learned everything myself. I taught myself everything. I literally taught myself in 30 days how to sew. All my machines I brought myself. Nobody ever sat here and taught me how to do whatever I do. I taught it myself. So I try to help you guys. When a lot of you guys get offended, it's just like I'm helping you guys from my understanding of what happens. A lot of times I don't see what happens. You guys tell me some of it. Y'all not telling me verbatim of exactly what's going on. So it's like, like, I don't know, is your needle backwards? Because I can't physically see. So I try my best to do these videos to help you guys and show you that it can work. I try my best to explain as much as I can, but at the same time, I am a human being and I am trying. I'm here to help you. And that's kind of all I could actually answer to a lot of you guys' questions, because like I said, a lot of you guys always DM me and text me. Sometimes y'all text my phone, and it's just like, you know, I can only answer so much. I'm not on FaceTime with you guys. I'm not doing that with you guys to actually see your machine and answer as much problems as I can. But I'm letting you guys know this machine can do it, and I have tested this machine. I still have this machine to this day. I have no issues with the machine. I have no issue with the company. That is, at the end of the day, my opinion. And if you decide to buy the machine, great. I feel like this would definitely be a great addition to your business. It is definitely affordable for an industrial sewing machine. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go. Okay, so here go the fabric. And this is the pattern I'm using. It's not mine. It's no real like measurements on here. So for each piece, I have to cut it on the fold. It's just 2 pieces. You have a front and a back piece, and that's it. Y'all see big belly up in here. So you have a front and a back. I actually want to do a Cookie Monster bonnet now, like a kids Cookie Monster bonnet. So you gotta put it on the fold. I probably will have enough, honestly, to do both. Looking at it now, honestly, by now these kids have took all my little balls I have to hold it down. I'm gonna go ahead and use my rotary cutter. I said color. Kids just woke up for late lunch. I like to always leave a little inch for seam allowance. Probably gonna be sewing this at a 1/4 stitch for seam. Kids watching some movie, I don't know. When your kids learn how to use the remote, child, you be happy they know how to use the remote, but then sometimes it's just like, child, what are y'all watching? Y'all just be putting on anything and you don't even know what it is. I like how they took a lot of these shows we used to watch as kids and turned them into like these little movies, but what I don't like is like they took them from being cartoon and turned them into like for some reason turn these into people. Like why can't these movies cartoons just like the cartoon was? Why did you have to turn it into a movie with people? Like they got a fairy god parents and it's a movie but it's with people. Why is it with people? Alright, so we cut it out. This is how it looks. And this is the cotton one. I could have did both of them at one time, but whatever. And this would be the back. And knowing your back and your front is important, so don't be loud. It's not important. It is important. Now what I'm going to do is actually cut this down so that way I could probably like, let me see. Because I could probably use this. Yeah, I can. I could use this for the front. So I'm going to just cut it right here and then fold this one on the fold so I can use it. Yeah, my dog, she just woke up. Now she crying. I have to let her outside. So I'm going to let her outside in a few. So I'm going to fold that back up. And we're going to put it over here. And what I'm going to do is actually fold this up so I can get it on the fold. Perfect. Perfect. And save fabric, so I could definitely use it for a bonnet. I'm actually going to see if we can do this one too. Cut it all out at one time. Cut both of them out. This is on the fold. Also, perfect. So, try to cut it all out at one time. I actually need like a new blade for my rotary cutter. Blade is done with in trash. So bring this up, so cut everything out at one time. And then I just gotta come back and do the other piece for the front. I'm at the back. Okay. Make sure everything is lined up. Alright, we got the rotary cutter. I could have definitely put some more weights on here. I may have to cut it because this rotary cutter is, this blade is dull, but we'll see. Yeah, this blade is just a little bit dull, but it's okay. We're going to try to make it work. Perfect. Make sure you leave a little seam allowance. That was too much seam allowance with that one. I'm gonna just go in a little bit closer. That was a little too much seam allowance. I did not need that much. And I'm not too much worried about the ends because it will be ran through the serger. So we got two pieces here, the jersey and the cotton. Only thing left I do have to do, I gotta put this with my cotton fabric. So I put cotton in the bin, and then I also put the jersey in the bin. That's why I want to redo my whole entire fabric wall, but we'll get that when it's time. So this is on the fold 2 already. Let me put this up so I can know. And I'm gonna just get this one. And on the fold, you literally just cutting it on the fold, y'all. That's all on the fold mean. That means fold the fabric over and cut it on the fold. Give a little seam allowance. And even if it includes the seam allowance, I really added just because when I know I'm about to serge it, so I do add it. Alright, and this is the back piece. So let's go ahead and sew everything together. It should be very quick. Honestly, it's not really like a long project. Something really quick and cute. So let's go ahead and sew. Alright, you guys, so it is time. We are at the Vevor industrial sewing machine, you guys. I haven't been over here in a minute. I had it covered. I took the plastic off. The cover off, I mean, y'all. This chair I broke a while ago, but I'm gonna use it to sew. Hopefully I don't fall. So today we actually gonna be using regular cotton thread. It's 100% cotton thread. This I actually got from Amazon. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. I could take out my pink thread because this pink thread I had for bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Oh yeah, you could tell this chair about to break. I didn't want to bring my other chair over here because this chair honestly is got like thread in it. That's why I honestly started breaking. My thread got in the wheel and everything like that. But I'm just using 100% cotton thread. My needle, I'm going to check my needle because I don't think this is a 75 by 11 needle. So I will be checking that because I think this is probably like an 18 size needle. And I don't want an 18. Y'all, this chair sucks. But we're going to leave Esther someone's chair. Let me put this through the hole. Now I do have to thread a bobbin because I don't have no bobbin, blue bobbin. So I'm going to go ahead and go on my draw. Here we go. So these are the extra bobbins that I have. They also, it's in the link down below. I have an Amazon store. So if you check out the Amazon store, then you can find them. So I'm going to go ahead and take out a bobbin. Because, yeah, all that is industrial thread. Oh, I already have a bobbin out. Okay, perfect. already have a bobbin out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it ready. So I told you guys how to thread your machine last time with your bobbins. If you did not check that video out, I will find a link down below, or I will put it, like, you know, in the corner somewhere for you guys to see how to thread your bobbin. It was probably in one of my videos of like just how to thread your bobbin and how to do the bobbin. So I'll go ahead, put this on in here. So I already threaded the serger, so we just got to thread the bobbin, and then we can sew. So we're going to be using the serger, and we're going to be using the Vevor. So now we are threading the bobbin. We just got to get a good amount on the bobbin. I don't want to fill it all the way up, just because I only need a little bit. And think about it, I'm actually doing white for the other one, so I'm going to have to do white thread next. I can't sit here and do both of them now. Do I feel like threading both bobbins now? No, so I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not going to front. So I don't need that much, like I said, of the blue, because it's just for this. I also need it for my regular sewing machine also. So I'm just going to do a little bit. Go ahead and cut the thread on this and pull it out. And boom, I have a bobbin to use. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in, threaded machine, and we're going to sew the Cookie Monster first. And then we'll do the SpongeBob after. We're going to do this Cookie Monster and serge it. Then do the SpongeBob one, because that's going to be blue, white thread instead. Okay, so the needle is right. It is a size 14 needle. I'm going to go ahead and thread my machine, and then we can sew. So I'm using 100% cotton thread. So for me, I'm just going to run it through all 3 of the holes at the top, and then run it through all the loops. Okay, we're going to have to actually trim that down. I need to actually get more cotton thread too, but I get it when I get it. Make sure everything is threaded properly, and then bring the thread from the bobbin into. Make sure that's good. All right, perfect, ready to go. Make sure it stays through all the loops. And if you have an industrial sewing machine, then you know the thread go what it is, left to right, right to left. It just go in sideways, so make sure left to right, right to left. I'm gonna do right to left, but it's supposed to be left to right. I remember that. I haven't sewed in a long time, you guys. Put through the tiny hole. One thing I would say about industrial sewing machine, they got more like steps to put your thread through than a regular sewing machine. Some machines don't have this many steps. It's crazy. You got all these little tiny holes. But the more you do it, it becomes easier. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't done this in a while, so for me it ain't that easy putting it through this little hole down here, but we got it. Boom. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it through this hole down here. Left to right is what I just did. Put thread in. Then I'm gonna put thread through the foot. And I'm gonna just actually bring up the bobbin thread, bring that out. I almost forgot the bobbin thread was blue too. I'm looking for white, but here we go. We got both threads out, the top thread and the bottom. Now we can sew. So everything is threaded and ready to go. I do have my front and my back piece. Now the back piece is always just a little bit bigger when it comes out to the waist area, so I do take like some clips and I put it on the back so I can know it is the back piece. And usually if you have your tags, that's where you put your tag at. I need to actually get some tags or make some. So I'm gonna do front to front. That's how you usually want to sew when you're doing garments or anything like that. lining up. I'm not too much worried about anything being a little bit off, just because at the same time I will go in and serge the ends. Oh, excuse me. So I know this is the back piece because it is a little bit bigger, so I know that, and that's important definitely for when we are doing the elastic. So what I'm gonna do is just line up the crotch area so that way I can pin it. I too much don't like pins, so I just do some clips. I'm not a pin person, I'm more of a clip person, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get some clips going just to hold it in place. And I'm gonna do a straight stitch on both sides. Now you want to do a 1/4 stitch, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a straight stitch. I did add some seam allowance, so I do have that seam allowance, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the needle down. Now for this, I don't too much need a thick stretch length, not thick, a long stitch length. I'm just gonna do 3, and now we can sew. Always back stitch, so I'm gonna go ahead and go backwards, and we're just gonna sew it. Like I said, I'm doing about a 1/4 stitch length, not stitch length, 1/4 seam allowance. Stitch length is as 3 for my stitch length. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Back stitch the front ends and the back ends, front and back. You want to do both. And like I said, this is 100% cotton for this thread. And boom. So we did the side. And we do have to go in and serge it when we're done. So I'm going to take this to the serger in a few. Now you can use your knee lift. I'm so used to just like lifting it up. That's what I'm comfortable doing. So everybody's a little bit different, but I'm comfortable just lifting it up and moving it back. Them kids doing something they shouldn't be doing, y'all. Alright, back stitch. You always want to do a back stitch in the beginning and the ending of your sewing, just to make sure it holds up. Now for me, I kind of like doing back stitches throughout. That's just kind of what I'm comfortable doing. I just love doing it throughout the whole entire process. Boom. Bring this up. And I'm going to cut the extra thread off. Just pulling a good amount so I could cut it. I knew the thread was going to come loose. I was trying so hard to not cut, like to cut so close so the thread won't come loose, but it came loose though. I'm trying to not cut it where the thread is going to come loose. So right now I'm just kind of pulling the thread through. Probably loosen my tension up a little bit. And rethread the machine. I was trying to not go so close, but I went close and boom, it came loose. So after we do this, we're going to go ahead and go to the serger. I'm going to use the brother serger, and I'm going to serge the ends. I'm using white thread for that one just because I'm also going to use white thread for the other one. I don't want to have to change the thread out like I'm doing for the Vevor. So I'm okay with that being white because the main base of it would be blue. So I'm okay with that. I also got to serge some pants from my husband. It's funny because when you know how to sew in your family, you become the seamstress. Because my husband ripped some pants, he gonna come in here. Can you save my pair of my favorite was gym shorts? Can you save my pair of gym shorts? I look like, wait, what? Can you sew it? I was like, so what? He was like, it's a hole, and these are like my favorite ones. Can you sew it back? Like, I was looking at him like, seriously? That's not my job, but okay, honey. So I'm going to go ahead and do his pins when I'm done. Because he keep asking me, like, have I done it yet? I'm looking like, no, I have not. Okay. No, I have not. I actually need to tighten my foot. Let's say this is loose. I need to find my other screwdriver. Alright, now everything is good to go. Now I'm just going to sew the crotch area. So we're sewing the crotch area next. And then we're going to go in and we're going to serge it. So you can keep the clips. Now this is a curve you're working with. So working with curves is a little bit harder. Just take your time and slow down and move the fabric as you go. So you just want to slow down and move the fabric as you go. One thing about sewing, I like to tell people, go with the fabric, like follow the flow of everything and go. I'm still leaving everything at the same. We have a stitch length of 3. I didn't change anything about it. We're going to back stitch in the beginning and the ending. I do have my machine running, I think like 1,000 for the speed. It can go faster than this. I just haven't run it at 1,000. Yeah, I haven't used my machine in a long time. I love to hear this. I love to hear that noise. The noise of this machine running is so beautiful. I love to hear my sewing machines run. That's like, see, that's how you know you like sewing. I just love to hear my machines run. All right. We are done. Just want to bring the thread out some so that way it doesn't like shift at the end. Alrighty. Clean it up a little bit, and now I'm not too much worried about cutting the ends off. We can trim it down a little bit for that way the serger can do, because I'm gonna do like 1/4 on the serger too, so I can trim it down a little bit just for the serger could cut it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just trim it down a little bit, not too much, just leave some room for the serger to cut it. And like I said, the serger just help it give it a cleaner look, and I do feel like it does secure the fabric a little bit more because it's basically doing 4 stitches in one. It's almost like a zigzag. Now if you don't have a serger, you can zigzag. You can also just do a straight stitch. Now if you have a serger, then it just helps, you know, make your garments look a little bit more finished. That's all. So everything is sewed. Do you see the thread, honey? Straight stitch without a problem, baby. Now let's go ahead and serge it. Time to serge. I'm just going to serge the edge. I'm using a Brother Lock 1034 DX. Turn this around. And I'm just going to serge the same parts that I just sewed. I'm used to the singer having it back there. Now for this is not stretchy fabric, so I don't need it to like be stretchy or anything. So I'm going to do 1, and I'm doing all 4 stitches. As it's serging, it's cutting off the fabric at the same time, you guys. So it's also kind of lining everything up too. Look at that. Clean. And that's just the effect that the serger actually give it. It looks so good and clean. So we're going to do the other side too. And we have to do the crotch area also. So as it's sewing, it's cutting off the fabric. Smooth, easy peasy. Sew and cuts. So we just got to do this side and the crotch, and we'll be done. When you're done serging, you usually could just like go in and tuck the ends back in. I'm not really doing that. I'm so used to not doing it. So now I got to do the crotch area. So I'm kind of going to do the same process. Now when you're doing like curves like this, you definitely need to take your time and definitely go slow. Recommend going slow. Don't rush the process with this one, because you have to curve this, and honey, it ain't easy. Just know that. I have done it plenty of times and I have messed up. It took some time to actually learn to like move the fabric, because it's a blade right here as it's cutting. So just go with the flow and not mess up anything else. Took some time. So you got to really curve your whole entire fabric as you're sewing. So boom, I'm going to show you guys how it looks so far. Now everything else we could just go to the Vevor, the straight stitch sewing machine, and we could just do it, because we have to do the elastic and then also do the elastic for the top band. Look at the crotch. Look at that. clean. Do y'all see that? That's so clean. Even the seams, they're clean. Look, this is nice. I could have lined the fabric up, but I didn't. Now this is a 1, 2, 3 month old, so this is how it looks so far. We just have to do the elastic band and also the elastic that goes in this area for the legs, the thighs. So let's go back to the machine. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is do the thighs or leg area. So you can do what I'm doing, but you can also iron it first and fold it. Usually I kind of just a tuck and pin because that's kind of what I'm used to. Everybody's different. Do what's comfortable for you. Excuse me. Now I just want to make sure the elastic will fit in here and have room. I'm going to leave an opening so that way I could actually put the elastic through here. Make sure it's as even as possible. For me, what I always check to make sure it's even is just check the bottom lines. Make sure like the bottom line up. Now we can also do like a double fold. I'm going to see how a double fold look. Just to like get the right edges tucked in. Now also with that you can serge the raw edges. You can also do that. So I'm just doing like a double fold for this. And even from there I'm gonna like go back and roll it out just to line everything up. I'm doing a double fold just because of the raw edges. I want them to be tucked in. Would be easier with iron, but I just don't feel like setting my whole irons. Like I have to get out the mat and everything like that and do it. Even if I use the Cricut press or the HTB Runt heat press, I would have to do that. I don't feel like actually doing that, cutting on some heat just to do that. So I'm just going to roll it up myself, place it where it needs to be placed at, even it out. Make sure everything is tucked in, and I'm going to take my clips, clip the edges. As I'm clipping it, this also just let me know if everything is even because I can see it. So I also could tell if it's even or not. That's what I'm looking at too. Them kids out there having the time of their life. It's supposed to be raining later on today. We'll see. I was supposed to be cooking the pork chops tonight, but y'all ever try like cooking something and the meat just don't thaw out? Like probably because it was 2 packs, but I put it like a big old pan. It was some hot water. It still ain't thaw out though, so I don't know right now. We'll see. So I may have to just be doing some takeout. Alright, make sure everything line up straight how I want it. Even as possible. This could be brought up some. Alright, so it fell. Let me pick this up. Make sure that this elastic is going to fit through without a problem. Perfect. So I can go ahead and sew it. As you see, it's still inside out because I want it to be inside out. Because I want to sew the back and not the front. So I want it to still be inside out. So that's why it's this way. Alright, so we can go ahead and sew this. Now you don't want to sew it together. You only doing one side at a time. And now on the regular sewing machine, you're usually able to, you know, put it on the foot and stuff like that and take the part of the sewing machine off. But for this one, it's a little different. You just got to make sure you ain't sewing it. That's kind of about it. And at the same time, just make sure it's pushed to the side. The more you do it, the easier you get to it. You get used to it. So go ahead and sew it down. Make sure to leave an opening for you can put the elastic in here. Now this is not my pattern. I got this off of Etsy's. You can find this pattern on Etsy's. Just look up some bloomers, kids bloomer, and you can find it. So as I'm doing it, I will just move the pins or the clips down, so while I'm sewing it, it can just move and hold it. And just pull this to the front. Just going with the fabric is what you're doing. Just move with the fabric, that's all. So I will be starting my sewing classes back. I took a break off from that, but I plan on like redoing them soon. Probably gonna start in August. My daughter go to school. Give me some time. The new baby that's coming and everything like that. So we probably restart in August. And also my Patreon that has sewing classes on there. Just restart in August. Now, you want to backstitch in the beginning and the ending, but when I go over the seam, definitely the side seams, I like to backstitch. That's just something I like to do. It just feels good to me to backstitch over the seams, definitely with a thick seams. Just backstitch over them. Now for this, I am sewing as close as I can to the edge, so I don't have like a seam allowance or anything. Just sewing as close as I can to the edge to make sure the edge is sewn down so it can have a hem. And we almost getting to the end, so I gotta make sure I leave that open too. Make sure everything is even out. Now I'm doing the same thing for the SpongeBob one, so for that process I kind of will probably just sew. Not really do step by step because we're doing the same thing. Actually move it open some. Okay, so we just did our small little hem just now. Now I'm going to go ahead and I did leave a big enough hole so I could get a clip and slide. Finally found a smaller safety pin. Y'all, I had to like go through all of my thread to find a safety pin that was this freaking small, okay? Because like, y'all just don't understand. I literally had like a box of thread and safety pins, so I had to like go in there and go search. Okay, hold on. Let me put it on in. And let's retry this thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and just push it through. You cannot use like an elastic puller for this just because it's so small. That's why I say with like sewing, you definitely want to have like small safety pins on hands or just safety pins in general. It does take a little bit more time, so it does make the process a little bit longer. Now I'm happy I did do the 2 rows because guess what? Now you don't see like the extra you know, cut off ends that was sticking out from the thread. Not the thread, but the fabric, like just the raw edges, you don't see it. So I'm very happy that I did decide to roll it twice with that. Now when you're doing this, if you are a beginner, I definitely recommend taking out your, you know, your iron and just pressing it down. I'm so used to just rolling it and could do it. It just comes with practice, that's all. You don't have to be like me. Now what I'm going to do is actually sew the elastic pieces together. I'm going to put the safety pin there so I won't lose it. I'm just going to do a straight stitch. Usually I do like a zigzag stitch. I'm just going to do a straight stitch for this. Some people tie it, but I think when you are doing clothes, I wouldn't recommend tying the elastic. I don't think that'll work for like if you're doing scrunchies, it's something different, but tying it, no. And for this, I'm going to do a couple back stitches just to make sure it is, you know, sewed down and it's going to hold and not rip or anything. So I do a couple of back stitches. That's just something that I like to do. It helps me and calms me down just to know. And sometimes before I even like move on, I will do a tug, nice little pull, just to make sure. And I'm gonna cut off the little fraying edges on here. I don't like those for some reason. Does it harm anybody? No. Do anybody see those? No. That's just something that's amazing. All right, go ahead and put it in. Close the casing. So now I'm just gonna make sure it's lined back up the right way. And I'm just gonna do a top stitch. Well, not for this, I'm just gonna stitch over it. Just make sure it's inside of the casing like it should be. And I'm just gonna sew and close it. Close. I still have some fraying sticking out, so I don't want that fraying to stick out. Alrighty. Go to where I ended at. And I'm actually going to go back a little bit from where I ended at, just to make sure like I'm following that line and it basically blends in together. I'm going to just go back a little bit. You know, back stitch in the beginning, back stitching over the little middle part seam. Make sure nothing is underneath. And I'm making sure also I do not sew my elastic. You do not want to sew your elastic, because now you can't actually move it like it should move, so that way the legs can go in. So please try not to sew the elastic. That's why you always want to make sure you have enough room when you are doing it. That's why you put your elastic, you know, on top of it, to make sure you are putting like enough room for your casing for the elastic can go through, and you're not doing it too tight. And you can always check, because you should be able to go like this and move it. All right. Yeah, it's coming together. Alrighty. We're going to do the same thing for this side. I'm going to fast forward because it's not something I should have to walk through. We just did it. So we're just going to fast forward, okay?
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
So we finished up the leg. Now we just have to put the elastic through. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it through the hole. We did leave an opening, and we left an opening just so we could run an elastic through. Go ahead and turn it this way. Running. And then at the end, we're just going to go ahead and close the hole. And we also need to sew the elastic to make sure it doesn't come loose. Y'all, my kids is having a party. They are like having a party of blast, honey. These kids doing whatever they please to child. And it's going to be until somebody get hurt, they're going to come to me. But I can't wait to see these. After this, we're going to do the waistband. The waistband is literally the same exact process, you guys. Very simple, easy. Honestly, this take without recording. This literally could take you about 3 minutes to do without recording. We are going to do the same process when it comes down to doing the SpongeBob ones. Now for those, like I said, I might serge them. I don't know. But, you know, I might just use the Vevor just because I know you guys definitely want to see it in action when it's doing cotton materials, because this is 100% cotton, you guys. And the SpongeBob fabric is a jersey knit fabric. So, you know, some of you guys ask me about that sometimes. So I want to make sure I'm showing you guys both things that it can do besides just leather. Because some people say, can it just sew regular things? Do it have to be heavy duty? So we're gonna put this pin, I'm gonna put it to the side because I'm gonna need it again. Put my clips up. I actually need to rethread this. Don't know what happened. Oh yeah, my kids just came. My son came and pulled all my thread out, y'all. Went in there to grab them something, and boom, next thing you know, they pulling my thread out over here. Luckily, when I walk away, I always cut my machine off, and I cut my machine off because of that. Cut my machine off because of them always touching stuff. They be so fast too. You got kids, you understand. They be like so fast. They will grab and go. They like running past. I hate when it's like a frayed end because I can't get the piece I want. It's like frayed a little bit. Righty. Perfect. Supposed to have pork chops tonight, but I don't know. So far it look like pork chop may not be ready. They may not be thawed out tonight. Because I literally been having them in hot water all day. I had 2 packs in there and it hasn't thawed out. So because of that, might be ordering some food tonight. And hey, that's good. It feels good to like get back to sewing, you guys. I haven't sewed in so long. I haven't been making bonnets and stuff, but I haven't like sewed like a whole little outfit or anything like that in a minute. So it feels, literally I keep grabbing it, going back. It feels good. I still got to do my husband pants too, or shorts or whatever. You need to give them to me so I can fix them. But it definitely feels good to be over here. It feels good to be sewing again. And just be back in my element. It feels good to be in my element again. Wait. Why is, okay. I'm pulling the thread and ripping it apart. Supposed to keep it together and I'm pulling it. Okay, there we go. But it feels like, it definitely feels good just to be in my element and like be sewing again. Like it feels good, you guys. Like it feels very good. I need to find my I might change my foot out. I need to find, I have another thing. I just don't know where it's at. So because of that, I can't actually tighten my stuff down like I want. I'm gonna just do a straight stitch. I'm gonna have to find it because I can't really reach to my what's it called and change it. I want to change it out, but I can't reach. Straight stitch just to hold it down. And when you purchase these patterns off of Etsy, they usually tell you the size of elastic you need for the legs and the waistbands, just in case you're looking like, well, what size are you using for like the cuffs and stuff. They do tell you. So I'm just doing the back stitches, reverse stitches, just to make sure it doesn't come loose and it is tight. Definitely for elastic, I don't want it to pull or pop. Definitely on no baby. Oh no, I'm not gonna be the reason if they ain't done popped on a baby. Cut off them little edges. And now that we have did that, the next part that we do have to do, sew the open and close, y'all. And nobody was gonna say nothing like, girl, you said that wrong. I'm talking about, so that didn't make sense. Sew the open and close, close and close and close. Didn't make sense. All right. Making sure we are spacing it out. Y'all hear these kids? Y'all probably don't hear them. Kids going crazy in this house. Make sure everything is pushed in, going the right way. Overlap this and make sure I'm not getting that elastic because I don't want to sew the elastic band. So I'm just making sure I overlap the elastic band and go over it. So I do not want to sew the elastic band because then it's like going to be tight. So I like to flip the fabric over it just to cover it also. And from there we'll take it in. Alrighty. And then we can sew. Sewing as close as we can to the edge. I'm going to overlap the last part that I sewed also. back stitch in the beginning and the end, rotate it. Make sure you are not doing extra fabric in the back. Make sure you are doing the right fabric, you guys. All right. And boom. Clean it up. Always clean. Now you could clean as you go. I like to definitely the ends, just clean as I go. Or you could just wait till you're done, honestly. Just clean as you go. Not that hard. Okay, and last is just, okay, perfect. Make sure they have the stretch. They got the stretch that they need. Boom. Make sure that's lined up. Last thing is just to do the top. We're doing the top literally the same exact way, you guys. I'm actually going to need my elastic puller. I probably don't have to get it. But let me grab my elastic puller so that way I can have it over here already. Because now we're making it like a bigger casing, so we can use the elastic pullers. And if you don't know what elastic pullers are, they're just pulling your elastic through the casing, so you don't have to use a safety pin. So elastic pullers, they got them at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, everywhere. Now I want to make sure everything is even. I am going to do 2 rows just because I don't want that raw edge to be out. So just do like 2 little rows. Make sure that my elastic is going to go through and it has a little bit of space. So 2 rows, and just want to make sure the elastic is going to go through. The back is going to be a little bit bigger. It's the back. You should have a little bit more in the back. It's 30 okay if that's what happened. And then we're going to do the second row. Okay. Roll it up. Make sure it's not too crazy. I know this is the back, so the back is going to be a little bit bigger or more up, basically. And bring this one up. Make sure that this is going to hold the elastic. Yep, it will. Now I could get some clips and just clip this part just to make sure it doesn't shift or anything. And this same process I'll be doing with the SpongeBob ones. That's why I said I'll probably fast forward. Or I don't know. Y'all know me. I say I fast forward and I'm end up talking to y'all. Just talking to y'all about my day when I'm supposed to like fast forward. Now this is the back. Bringing this up because the back is going to be big no matter which way. So don't expect that to like even out, like line them 2 up. No, it's not gonna happen. The back is supposed to be bigger. That's for your booty, diapers and booties. So think of it that way. So you just want to cover the back. Honestly, I might just bring it up some more. And bring up some more. Because you wanted to cover all the diapers and stuff like that. So that's why. Definitely because this is a 1 to 3 month old. So make sure you're covering the extra diapers and stuff. That's why you think about the space. And I'm going to leave an opening. That way I can run the elastic through. And then we'll close it once we're done. Alrighty. Everything looks good to me. We can go ahead and do it. So we only use the serger, honestly, just to be doing edges and make it secure and give it a nice finished edge. Now we're just going to sew a straight stitch around and make the elastic basically casing for the elastic band, and that's it. So go ahead and do a straight stitch. Still doing 3 for the stitch length. I'm still doing the same amount, 3. As I sew, I'm going to go ahead and move my clips out of the way. And rotate or around. I am like pulling and make sure I'm still holding that shape that I need. Just get as close as the edge as you need. We did tuck that extra piece inside, and the extra piece honestly we tucked inside just because we don't want the fraying to be out. Take your time at the little curves and corners. Back stitch over the seams just to make sure everything is secure. Make sure no fabric is underneath as I sew. Like I said, this is 100% cotton thread. We're using a 14 needle for this. And I will show you guys my needles just in case you want to see what type of needle I'm using. So I'm going to show you guys. So for this machine, these are the brand needles that I use. I'm using the size 14. I do have different sizes. I'm using a 14. I do have like size 12 and stuff too. But I'm using a 14. Okay. Almost done with this. We're on the back now. And I'm just moving the clips, but at the same time laying down the fabric as you see, just to make sure it's nice and flat and even out. And I'm also feeling to see if the other fabric underneath is under here and making sure that it's not, because we don't want it to be underneath. Back stitch, I'm just back stitching because that's something I like to do throughout my process, just to make sure my stuff is always secure. I do back stitch throughout me sewing. You do need to back stitch in the beginning and the ending, but I also like to back stitch throughout the process just to make sure it's more secure throughout the whole entire sewing process and nothing is ever coming loose on nobody. And I'm just moving with the fabric. It turns, I'm turning it, you know, moving with the fabric. So we are coming over a seam, and with the seam, like I told you guys, I'm actually lift the foot up some now. I'm using my pressure foot for my knee lift. I said pressure foot, my knee lift. And I'm just gonna go over the seam 2 to 3 times. Make sure you go over that seam. Okay, now we are getting to the end. I'm gonna back stitch and I'm gonna leave a good amount open so that way I could get the elastic through. So what I'm doing is actually rotating the wheel on the side to lift my needle up and down to get the fabric from underneath with the thread. Go ahead and clean this up a little bit. Alright, so this is the opening that we have here. I'm going to go ahead and get my elastic puller, clip it on. Like I said, you can literally find these at Walmart. They have them at Hobby Lobby. They have them. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it through here. Pull as I go. I use these for my bonnets. It literally makes pulling the elastic a little bit easier. Now, if you do your casing too small, then it may be tight in little areas like this. And guess what? Now I have to go back out. And basically what I have to do now is just change it. And now I have to use the elastic because for the seam, when I went over that seam, I did go over it twice. That I made the area a little bit too small, and that's okay. We're just going to get the pin and just do it with the pin. That's it. Not that big of a deal. Not that serious. It just made the process a little bit longer, and that's okay. My husband just got home. He got home with some lunch. Not lunch, some dinner. Don't know what he got to eat. I think he got some Chick-fil-A though. All these kids in there yell. I know y'all hear them. They is having the time of their lives right now. And as I'm doing it, I'm just going a little bit over, and I'm just going to pull it as I go to also get the elastic to go in. So we're just going to keep on pulling it until we get to the end. You want to make sure you are watching the elastic on the outside to not get the full elastic in there, because honey, sometimes when you get in here, now you're restarting back over and you're going to have to redo it over just because the elastic don't went inside. It ain't as fun as you think. That has happened to me a couple times. Alrighty. Boom, we almost to the end. And boom. Now we're meeting the other elastic, and we're going to do a straight stitch and lock this elastic in together, so it could be nice and tight. That's one, and it won't come off or come loose. Alrighty. Ooh. So now that I got both, I can actually like just move everything how I want it to be moved. Put it underneath the foot. And I'm just going to sew a straight stitch for this. I'm going to do a couple back stitches just to make sure it is all the way down. And nothing is coming loose. Boom. Now we just have to sew the closing close, put everything around. Y'all, we are done. Honestly, we just gotta sew it closed, and we are done. And we'll be done with the baby bloomers. They're so freaking cute. Go ahead, make sure I don't have anything underneath. Put it down. Make sure I'm not sewing that elastic either. Back stitch. Alrighty. Now I have to change because I got it stuck. I will be doing the white thread for the SpongeBob ones. So I'm just going to clean up a little bit so you guys can see it. See the finished product. And as you see, we sewed this on the Vevor. No problems. This is 100% cotton fabric. No stretch. And we also used the Brother Serger. Goodness, y'all. Oh, thread everywhere. So they're just literally baby bloomers. They're cute. So I'm trying to see which one is the back. Okay, these are the back. Okay. So, baby bloomers. They're adorable. And you got like the part right here for their thighs. So cute. Probably just iron it to flatten it out for some photos. It came out adorable and cute. Look at it. Inside seams and everything. Look at the stitches. Stitches are good. Seam. Look at that. A clean seam. Like, when you sewing something at home, honey, a clean seam is amazing because it just show your work. But these came out freaking adorable and they're so cute. I do have some on the website if you are interested. I also have one that comes as a little set with some, like a shirt and a little clip on. They're so cute. Adorable. Let's go ahead and do SpongeBob. We already did the Cookie Monster bloomers. So freaking adorable. That's the back. They're adorable. Now we're going to do the SpongeBob ones. It's literally the same process. It's no different. I did change my thread to white thread. And I'm going to serge the ends also. Make sure I move this pin out the way, the safety pin, before I poke myself, because y'all know I'm clumsy and I poke myself for everything. Let's not even lie. Okay, so you want to do everything facing each other. So face to face. It's also going to let me know which one is the back and the front, because the back is what? A little bit larger. Okay. I actually need to get, I'm going to get like a new sewing chair, honestly. Okay, so everything is serged and cleaned up at the ends. Now we're just going to go ahead and do the thighs and the top elastic, and then we'll be done. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this process for you guys. It's the same as the other one, nothing different, okay? Alright, now it's time to finish this baby up. We're gonna just do the waistband and we will be done. Quick, easy peasy. I'm gonna do 2 rows for this just because this is the waistband and definitely don't want the extra stuff showing for this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll it up, bring it up some more. It definitely could be brought up some more. Now when it comes out of knit fabric, you could definitely iron it to help you, because it is a little bit of struggle. As you see, it keep like rolling by itself, so you can definitely iron it to help you. But I'm so used to just doing it this way, you guys, so I'm so used to it. I just go with what I'm used to. It works for me. It won't work for everybody. Get my clips. Clip it, baby. Clip it, baby. Clip, 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 clip it, baby. Clip it, baby. Clip it, baby. I play so much, y'all. Clip it. I wish that I really wish, wherever I got this hair for, I wish that they still had it in stock. Because I want to do like some SpongeBob bunnies. I'm going to bring those back. But because this type of fabric they didn't have in stock, they did have some cotton in stock. I could try ordering some from China and trying just doing the cotton version of the design that I had before and going from there. That probably would be the best option when you think about it. Doing a double rolled here to make sure. Clipping it. Just covering up the fray ends, because I don't want the fray ends to be there. So just want to do a nice little roll, cover it up. I'm gonna bring that down so you can see, just in case y'all not seeing everything. Just roll it up and pin or clip it. Now, stretchy fabric is definitely good when it comes down to kids because it's stretchy, definitely for like growing kids. So it got room to like grow with them and stretch a little bit. Even though this 0 to 3 months, by being able to stretch, then it could go to probably like 4 months, 5 months. You get what I'm saying? Like it can go a little bit with them because of that. So I'm gonna double check the back side. You know the back side is gonna already be bigger than the front because the back is bigger for the diaper. I just want to make sure everything is tucked in where it should be at. And it's like an even little flow. Then that'll go like that. Okay, so let me tuck this in so I can actually roll that down. There we go. Don't want it to be like crooked when it come down either. Definitely when you're not using an iron, it does take a little bit more time. Line it up. I already ate dinner. I took a break and got me some dinner. So I did eat me some dinner. Took a little bit of a break. Got some dinner. We did have some Chick-fil-A for dinner. Just got some chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. I like to mix the mac and cheese with the chicken nuggets. I don't know why. Love to do that. I think I actually started doing it when I got pregnant. I haven't ever did that before until I was pregnant while mixing it all up. Make sure the hem is just rolled in. This actually come down some more because that elastic is a little bit more wider than that. So where when you're doing cotton, it's easier to do this without but when you're not doing cotton, it's just a little bit more work to do of just double checking and making sure it's all like flipped in. It's just a little bit extra work versus when you have cotton, because cotton is a little bit easier, so it's just extra work. Alrighty, so we are done. Let's go ahead and finish this baby up. I'm gonna do my knee lift. And remember, because it's knit fabric, it does roll, it stretches. So just watch out. Back stitch like always. My son coming in now because he want me to go watch TV with him, y'all. Almost done. Now it's like mummy time. Running this at like what we up to 900? Yes. Probably could run it at 1,000, but I feel like that's probably too fast because this is 900. And honey, you put your finger underneath there. Woo, hoo, hoo, you finna be hurt. You are finna be hurt if your finger go underneath this sewing machine. Like, you gonna be crying. You gotta go to the hospital. You finna be crying for days. So now we're just gonna finish it off, and we're gonna put the elastic through. I'm just making sure I keep it rolled up as I'm going. Just keep rolling it back in and make sure I don't have no extra fabric underneath going anywhere. Alright, we're going to stop right here. So that way we could actually put the elastic through. Make sure we have room. Go ahead and put all my clips up. I'm going to just go ahead and do a safety pin just because last time. So we're just going to go ahead and do the safety pin just in case. Because last time we was halfway there and it's like, oh, safety pin now. And I'm like, oh man, I had to go all the way back and take it out. So safety pin from the jump. How about that? Just do a safety pin from the jump up to everything. Just safety pin it. I'm probably gonna make my own tags. I'm always the type that just want to make my own stuff. Probably do like sublimation tags or laser engraved tags. I'm gonna figure out something. Just make my own tags because I'm gonna make my tags to put in here. Even if like say small, large, you know, like what size it is. I think that'd be very professional. So I'm gonna find a way to do that. Definitely because I definitely want to start back sewing to get my clothes back out there. I want to do some more tutus. I still want to get into my prom dress season, and I may miss this season, but next year I'm not missing it, okay? Next year we ain't missing it. So we just have to finish that up, get tags, and then we'll be good to go. Oh goodness. Alrighty, almost, the elastic almost went through, and I would have been mad because I was about to just pull it out. Alrighty, finish this thing up, and we did both of them. They both came out good, and we used the Vevor industrial sewing machine for this. Size 14 needle. As you see, it's so regular, like fabric, cotton, and it did jersey fabric, and we also used the Brother Surgeon, and we did 100% cotton thread too. Go ahead and stretch it out. Now these are more stretchy than the cotton ones, as you can see, so it does have some stretch to it. So I'm gonna have to stretch it out just to make sure I'm covering that elastic band. Go back to the beginning where I started at or ended. I'm going to just put a fabric as I'm about to sew it. Pull some of this thread out, matter of fact, before I start, because this thread going to pop on out because it's already so little. Alrighty. Stretch it out. Make sure I don't got nothing underneath. Make sure not to sew the elastic. Don't want to sew the elastic. We did a back stitch. We almost getting as close as we can to the elastic band without sewing it. So right on the curve of the band is what we're doing. I'm going to go over the other stitches just to make sure. Back stitch it a little bit. And we are done, you guys. Sewing definitely is a little bit fun. Oh my gosh, I miss sewing, y'all. Cut the machine off because my crazy kids be done ran past me. Alrighty, these are the jersey SpongeBob ones. They made out of jersey and knit fabric. Okay, I need to clean up the thread because I got thread all out here. Hold up, wait a minute. Boom. And these are rompers. I want to put the SpongeBob ones on the website, but just because I'm not sure if I could get the fabric, that would make me not want to do it. But we sewed it. She sewed very good, very well, even from the seam. It came out so cute and adorable. I'm probably just gonna I don't know. I don't want to add it to the website and I can't get the fabric no more. I'm gonna have to keep looking to see if I can find this fabric again. I haven't brought it in a while, and every time I look they don't have it anymore. So we're gonna see what we could do. But it is a stretchy fabric, so it does have some stretch to it versus the Cookie Monster does not. So it does have a little bit of room and space to grow in, but it came out so freaking cute and pretty. Love it. Alright you guys, so we are done. Now, both of these bloomers, we did the cotton, 100% cotton Cookie Monster bloomers, 1 to 3 months. They are so freaking adorable. And we also used the elastic, if I'm not mistaken, this is 1/3 elastic and 3/8, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember because, y'all, when I say my elastic is in a bag, it's in a bag. I just know the elastic that I need when I look at it, but it's in a bag. So we did do the 100% cotton bloomers. This is so freaking adorable. I do have it on my website where they have suspenders with those. And we also did the SpongeBob ones. As you see, they stretch. These are jersey mix. So you just see they have a stretch to them. Now, it is very comfortable, very soft to touch. We also did this on a Vevor. We also used the serger just to clean it up. But both of these came out so freaking cute. Both of these are 1 to 3 months. And I don't know which one, but they are adorable. Like, let me know what y'all think. Are these cute or not? And I just showed you guys what you could do on a Vevor industrial sewing machine. It's more than just industrial, just for big bags and, you know, heavy duty type of things. You could use it for regular materials. You could use it for regular things as shorts, shirts, whatever. You could do whatever you need with this machine. Just make sure at the end of the day you have the right needle size, the right thread, and your bobbin is in there the right way. When I say your bobbin is in there the right way, I specifically mean that you threaded your bobbin, you winded your bobbin very well. That's what I mean when I say in there the right way, because sometimes you can actually flip it backwards and it's in there wrong. And if it's in there wrong, it's going to keep breaking. Your thread will break if it's the wrong threads. Not all thread works, because Amazon cotton thread is not that great. You got some at Walmart that's not that great. Sometimes the color make it harder. It just depends, you guys. You do have to play around with your machine to actually learn it. It does take some time, you guys. But both of these came out great. I love both of them. If you like today's video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you don't miss another video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.